Welcome to the Fictocast. I'm Magnificent Podgore.
I'm Randall Nificent Malice-tastic.
I'm Jeff-nificent Holloway.
And today, I'll let Randall take this, actually. This is his brainchild.
So, anyone who follows Smash Brothers, which it feels like it's like everyone in the world following Smash Brothers right now, knows that in the last 2 weeks there was a Nintendo Direct and SNK's Terry Bogard was revealed as the fourth fighter in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass. Not only that, but it was also revealed that there would be additional fighters coming after the Fighters Pass. How many? Who the fuck knows? No one knows, not even Sakurai, it seems.
8.
8, 10, 20. We know that there are about 30 dummy slots in the game itself due to data mine. And there are about 16 in World of Light due to a data mine. 6 of those slots will be filled by Piranha Plant and the 5 Fighters Pass characters, leaving 10 remaining in World of Light and 24 remaining in the game itself. So it could be anywhere from 10 to 24. No one really knows. So
I have a question. Is data mining like Bitcoin mining?
No.
No.
Okay.
You don't collect... What? No.
Okay.
It's basically opening the game up to see what's in the metadata.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Bitcoin mining is setting up a program that will... I don't really know what Bitcoin mining does.
I don't even know what it does either.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
That's why I asked this ridiculous question.
Well, we don't know the ridiculous answer, so...
Yeah. I'm not sure anyone really understands Bitcoin. The people who try to explain it don't really
I know it's supposed to be really bad for the environment, somehow.
Bitcoin?
Like, the mining, it, produces... It, uses so much energy to mine the Bitcoins.
Really?
Yeah.
So mining Bitcoin is actually worse than mining...
Than strip mining?
It sounds
probably equivalent, at least.
Holy cow. Well, you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, thankfully data mining is not like that at all. So, on YouTube and in podcasts that deal with Smash Brothers or Nintendo in any way, shape, or form, I noticed that there are a lot of list videos, people coming up with top 10 characters they want to see in the game, top 10 characters they think they'll see in the game, etc., etc. Everyone trying to prognosticate what Sakurai, the creator of Smash Brothers, will do, when really Sakurai is just going to do whatever the hell Sakurai wants. And hopefully he'll satisfy the fans in the process, but if not, we'll just have to deal with it. And we will deal with it. We'll buy whatever characters he comes out with. And that's just how it is.
Even if it's friggin' Steve from friggin' Minecraft.
Yeah, I had a discussion with someone on Discord about Steve, actually. I honestly think if Steve's going to come out, and this is just an aside, it's not going to be in this Fighters Pass. If there is such a thing as a pattern to this Fighters Pass, it's that Sakurai is picking characters from series that have been around for more than 10 years. Joker is from Persona, which is originally from Megami Tensei from 1987. But if you're one of those people who thinks that Persona is now divorced from Megami Tensei, Persona's been around since at least 1996. And even though Joker's a new character, he's kind of like the Cloud of Persona. Cloud from Final Fantasy VII is now the face of Final Fantasy. Good, bad, or indifferent, that's just the way it is.
Right.
Joker is the most recognizable Persona character. Luminary from Dragon Quest is a brand new Dragon Quest hero, but one of the alternate costumes is Erdrick, who's been around since Dragon Quest III. And he's been talked about since the first Dragon Quest from 1986. And then, of course, Banjo-Kazooie has been around since about, 97, 98?
Maybe even 96.
It might have been, yeah.
More than 10 years, at the very least.
Yeah. And then Terry Bogard, in 2019, who the fuck is Terry Bogard? But at one point, he was, Fatal Fury was at least somewhat of a rival to Street Fighter.
Yep.
So, I don't think that's still true.
No.
But, yeah. I mean, he's someone who's from a series that's, I believe, was created in 90, 91,
Well, it
something
has a
like
pedigree at the very least.
that. Yeah. So I think the fifth character, whoever that is probably going to follow the same pattern. Now, you might not, or she might not, but so much as a pattern can be determined from what's come before, I think that may be what we're looking at least in the fifth slot for this Fighter's Pass. After that, you can throw the rulebook out the window. Who the hell knows?
I mean, we'll have our complete list of picks on the website. We're only talking about our top 3 for each one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, we set up 4 lists, 5 entries each, like Mike said. We're just going to talk about the top 3 from each. And the 4 lists are a list of characters that we want in Smash Brothers. So these could be long-shot characters that have absolutely no chance in hell of getting into Smash Brothers. And these are also unique characters, so they're not echoes. They could be near clones, but they're not echoes. Smash expectations, so 5 characters, 5 unique characters that we think Sakurai will put in Smash Brothers. This could dovetail with our Smash Wants list, or it might not, but this is who we think is likely. List of 5 Echo Fighters, so separate list entirely from the other 2. These Echo Fighters could be based on characters already in the game, or they could be based on characters that we think might be coming. It doesn't really matter. And then fourth-party characters. And some people may say, well, Randall, what the hell is a fourth-party character? That sounds like a made-up word. Well, you know what? Language is filled with made-up words, you pedantic dumb shit. And fourth-party, in this case, means a character from a source that's not a video game. So, I know an interview recently came out with Sakurai where he explained why characters like Iron Man and Goku will never be in Smash Brothers as long as he's running things. But those characters would be considered perhaps fourth-party characters.
I'm going to have to interrupt you.
Yes.
You have list 2 that you sent me as Echo Fighters.
We just changed the order.
I see that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just pointing that out.
Yeah, the Echo.
Okay.
Yeah, I have the second entries as the Echo Fighters too, but
We could do this in any order that we want. This is not, I mean...
yeah,
I
I'll
pointed out the grievous change of order
Okay.
that you did for the list.
Okay, I can start over if you'd like.
No, that's fine.
So the first list is list of Smash Brothers wants.
Which we'll get to that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are your picks, Randall?
Oh, okay. Well, you want to go... I'll do one, then you do one, then you do one, and then we'll until we hit all 3 of our top 3.
I'm game for whatever.
Okay. So my first pick, number 3 on my list of 5, is Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil. I feel that survival horror is an underrepresented genre in Smash Brothers. In fact, it's a No, I can't say it's not represented. There is a Fatal Frame assist trophy. But Leon Kennedy has the right pedigree. Again, Resident Evil fits that that over 10-year-old sort of mold that Sakurai seems to gravitate toward.
Yeah.
Leon Kennedy, some people would argue Chris Redfield is more the mascot than Leon Kennedy.
We've had this discussion before, and I definitely agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, if I had to pick a Resident Evil character, I want Jill Valentine.
I actually have Jill Valentine on a different list.
I have Leon Kennedy on one of my lists, too.
I want her to be my Valentine.
So...
You want her to be your Valentine, Jeff?
Yeah.
What?
That's all I gotta say about that.
I mean, I guess, really, I say Leon Kennedy, but, I mean, it could be any Resident Evil character.
Well, but I mean, if you bring one in, you can all 3 of them could just be alternate costumes.
Yeah, Claire Redfield as well.
Right.
Could be an alternate costume. Yeah, it's really... They all kind of have enough of the same skill set where they can sort of be like a Dragon Quest hero type of character.
Yeah.
Or like a Bowser Jr.
Yeah.
Where they're all in one.
Like Omnibus.
Yeah. Like an Omnibus character.
Yeah.
Or there's another option, which, we'll get to later. But that's going to be my pick for number 3. Mike?
I'm going to go with Athena. SNK's Athena.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Based purely on, I know that she's kind of fallen by the wayside. She was in SNK Heroines. I know that.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're still using her as kind of a mascot character, and I think it'd be nice to see her pop up again. I know that her game wasn't that great, but she still managed to hang on. And if you're not going to use, the classic version of her, you can use the updated version.
Athena Asamiya?
Yeah. So either one of those. That'd be one of my picks.
Nice.
I didn't put numbers on mine. I just put down 5 people.
Oh, that's cool. That's whatever.
My number 3 is Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I mean, he's, I love the Mortal Kombat franchise. I mean, he's one of the co-iconic characters of that franchise. I wish that Smash Brothers would have some sort of darker, I mean, it's got some dark stuff in it, but it could even have, more, I don't know, gritty,
More like
BC
rated
kind of characters, right?
Rated M for mature.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know, I just think, it'd also be very distinctive and cool. I mean, I don't know, I just think Mortal Kombat, I mean, how could anyone think that Mortal Kombat doesn't need representation in a game that celebrates gaming history? You know what I mean?
Very true.
Yeah.
Alright. My number 2 slot goes to Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. I've talked about this character before in podcasts. He is the ideal Tecmo Koei rep. Koei Tecmo, technically, but... Ninja Gaiden is a series that has a foothold in arcade history. Certainly it was a trilogy on the NES. Some would argue that it was, as popular, perhaps, as Castlevania.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say necessarily that it sold NES systems, but it was definitely up there.
Yeah.
It feels like he's the last big Nintendo era, NES era classic character that needs to be added for the whole retro angle of Smash Brothers to feel complete.
I think, I mean, even from a more macro level, I don't know how much this matters. Isn't he the most iconic ninja in the history of gaming?
I mean, aside from Sub-Zero or Scorpion, potentially.
He's one of them, yeah.
Yeah, he's up there.
Except for maybe, some certain turtles.
Yes, that's true. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
The turtles. Yeah, I mean, he's certainly not a turtle.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'd say he's probably as iconic as some of the others. And definitely he's from a series that has had multiple entries across several different platforms.
Yeah.
I mean, he's from Tecmo's Dead or Alive fighting game series as well. Some may argue that if you're going to add a Tecmo rep, maybe you want to go with someone newer like Ayane or Kasumi from Dead or Alive, and that's valid too.
Yeah.
But I think you could probably, again, make them an alternate costume or a female alt for Ryu, and a lot of their moveset would sort of mesh together.
I think Ayane was even in one of the newer Ninja Gaiden games, too.
Yeah, you're right. I think I may be completely
she was
wrong.
I think she was like an alternate character you could use.
Yeah. I want to say, I may be wrong, but I want to say she's from either the same clan as Ryu or a rival clan or something. But yeah, no, they worked her into the Ninja Gaiden mythology. No, you're absolutely right about that. So yeah, he's got that retro feel. NES games, he just feels like a natural fit.
Yeah.
Mike?
I'm going to go with a Bub and or Bob from Bubble Bobble.
Nice.
Because they are one of the classic characters that, like, people are very familiar with Bubble Bobble, and it's a puzzle game, I guess, not sequel, but...
Like a spin-off.
Yeah, Bust-A-Move, so... And you can forget the iconic theme song for Bubble Bobble.
Yeah. Well, and the cool thing about Bub and Bob is that Taito is now owned by Square Enix.
Mm.
And we already know that Sakurai has talked with Square Enix. I mean, Cloud and Dragon Quest Hero are in the game. So, I mean, Bub and Bob would definitely fill that retro feel quota as well. And it could be like a really cool Ice Climbers-esque like partnership character.
Yeah, potentially.
Am I up?
Yeah, you're up.
Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal, minus his ice cream truck, so just Marcus Needles King.
Well, you could have the ice cream truck as his final smash.
Or
Yeah.
right, yeah. No, but how he's presented in the PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
Oh, yeah. That would...
Oh,
And,
nice.
you know, I love the Twisted Metal franchise myself, so it's kind of like a pet kind of franchise that I loved. I mean, he's probably the most iconic character from that franchise.
Yeah, I'd say he's the rep.
I just love it. It'd be such a gritty, striking difference to see him in Smash. You know, it'd be... Nobody would see that coming, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just...
And to
Yeah.
backpedal a bit, like Athena, she's also been in a lot of fighting games, too, so...
Yeah.
Like, I think all the characters we've chosen so far, except for Bub and Bob, have been in a fighting game.
Yeah, that's true.
So they could build from that.
Yeah. And aside from Bub and Bob, I am going to... Or, I'm sorry.
No, that's it.
Okay. I'm going to likewise offer someone who's never been in any game but one. And that is a character named Miria from the Guardian Legend.
Oh, yeah.
This game is not influential. This game is rather obscure.
Mm-hmm.
People who play this game seem to love it. It's from the NES era. It came out in the early 90s. It's a compile shooter / dungeon crawler type of game.
Whoa.
So it's a mix of like Gradius and Zelda
Okay.
at different points in time. Miria has a pretty diverse moveset she can draw from, and
A myriad of...
a myriad, yeah. I see what you did there.
Come on, that was
Yeah.
pretty damn clever.
That was good. And it is spelled like that, too.
Yeah.
Her name. Just without the D.
Yeah.
And she's, you have Samus in a robot suit, but Miria is a cyborg / android, we're not really sure what she is, who walks around in a bikini.
Well, technically, since she's female, I think she'd be,
Probably an android.
yeah. I think there's, like, a different term for female androids.
Fembot?
No, like a gynadroid or something.
Whoa. Okay.
I've never heard that before.
I like that term, though. Yeah, so she's a gynadroid who walks around in a bikini, and when she's on the ground, but when she is flying through corridors, she transforms into a fucking spaceship. So that's something that we haven't seen in Smash Brothers yet. Characters that transform into spaceships.
That's true.
If a male cyborg identifies as a female, is it a gynadroid?
Gynoid. Gynoid.
Gynoid.
Yes. So there's a female android.
Okay. I did not know that. Today is, like, really educational. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
So, yeah.
I'm not going to thank you for that. Let the record note, no thank you is coming from me. Ah!
That was a glow-in-the-dark pig that Mike has, named Sam. It is gender-neutral,
Yes.
so it has a gender-neutral name.
Yes.
But yeah, so the Gynoid, Miria, would be my pick.
It's a cyborg.
And
Maybe.
cyborg is like a catch-all term.
Yeah. So, that's it.
My top choice would be Shuckle, the Pokemon.
Nice.
Harkening back to, like, we had this similar conversation in another Fictocast of a while ago, before the game came out, and like I said Shuckle then, I'm saying Shuckle now. Shuckle, of course, is a mostly nearly immobile little worm in a rock Pokemon, and I don't know what his moveset would be. I just want to see him in the game as a fighter, because I think it'd be funny. I like Shuckle.
It's weird that he hasn't been a Pokemon yet, like from a Pokeball.
The only thing I can think of you could do with him is like throw him at people.
That would be something.
Or like use him to like block a projectile, because he's his defense stat is one of the highest in the game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, theoretically, couldn't he be used as like the Pokemon version of Mr. Saturn?
Potentially.
I mean, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah. But I want him to be like an actual fighter.
Okay.
My number one pick is Kratos from God of War.
And why is that?
I think he's got to be one of the most significant or iconic gaming characters since 2000. And I mean, I think he's really cool. I love that franchise myself. I think he would be different from a lot of the other characters. Kind of like Sweet Tooth, pretty different from the kind of characters we have in Smash already.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's true. I mean, certainly his Blades of Chaos would be...
Yeah.
I mean, I can already hear the arguments now. Oh, he would just play like Thyman, because he has those chain whips.
Well,
No,
they could use the
they're
axe
different.
from the news game, too.
Oh yeah, God of War 4.
Yeah.
Um,
And he was in I think he was in a Mortal Kombat game.
he was.
And PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, whatever.
Yeah. He actually was one of the better characters in Mortal Kombat 9. One of the better DLC characters, I should say. Did you want to go over, just really quickly, the two other picks?
Yes, I do want those to be at least said on the
Mentioned.
podcast. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we're going to put them on the site, too. We're going to put the whole list on the site.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Just saying for the record.
Yeah, well, okay. We won't go over them. We'll just say them real quick.
Okay, so then I'll go with my 5 and 4, and then we'll go
Yeah.
down the list. 5 is Tingle.
He would have been good.
Yeah. I mean, kind of like Legend of Zelda's Yoshi. And then 4 is Orange Ricky from Tetris. And yes, I realize that's not his name, but fuck you. It's his name in the manual that someone made a fake page from. And I don't like Blue Ricky. I like Orange Ricky. So there you go.
Okay, my 4 and 5 were Lanky Kong from Donkey Kong 64 and Waluigi. I know he's a assist trophy, but
You said your 4 first, right? And then
it doesn't matter.
5
at this
and
point.
4. Yeah.
I didn't number these. I just wrote down 5 names. I've been picking and choosing.
So you didn't listen to the rules.
I play my own rules. I'm an anarchist.
Okay. See how that is.
It's working pretty well so far.
Yeah, we didn't even know.
My number 5 is, of course, Bass from the Mega Man franchise.
Okay.
He
And
is,
my
of
number
course, a
4
giant fish.
is Dr. Robotnik, which I looked up today. Actually, Robotnik is actually supposed I mean, there's some ambiguity, but it is Robotnik, and Eggman is really a nickname.
Yeah, Dr. Ivo Robotnik is, I believe, his official real name, even acknowledged by Sega of Japan
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. But Eggman is what they call him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so what's our next category?
So next category, I guess, is Echoes,
Yes, it is.
because Jeff has decided that...
Well, this is what you told us in the text message.
Well, I couldn't remember.
You're the one who decided this order,
Alright.
not me.
No, that's fine. I have my 5 Echoes.
Yeah, I have 5 echoes too, so...
Alright. So, I'll go with number 3. Then, I'll start out, if that's alright.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jill Valentine from Resident Evil. Again, presuming that a Resident Evil character did get in, I think that any other Resident Evil character could become an Echo.
Right.
As long as it's not one of the monsters like Tyrant or if it's not like Wesker. The moveset should be pretty comparable. Sort of like Snake's moveset, but with more guns.
Do you think there'd be much justification, though, to have Jill just not be an alternate costume of another Resident Evil character?
She might be a little bit faster than Leon.
Yeah, something like that. I can imagine that there might be a speed
that's
difference.
the core question.
I think she could play different enough from Leon to justify it. Like with like the same moves, but done.
She might be a little weaker, but a little faster.
Yeah.
Maybe her kicks would pack more punch than her punches do.
Yeah.
Would pack more kick. That was nonsense. But, yeah, the other thing that Jill has that Leon doesn't actually, that I just thought of, is lock picking and more criminal element type stuff. I mean, I don't know how that would come into play in a game like Smash Brothers, but they're not exactly one-to-one, so that's why I kind of, I guess, placed her as an Echo. But,
yeah.
I mean, Chris Redfield could be there, too, or Claire Redfield. Could they be alternate costumes? Yeah, sure. I think definitely Chris and Leon could be alternate costumes, and Claire and Jill could be alternate costumes. Possibly even Leon and Ada Wong could be alternate costumes. But, yeah, I agree with Mike that probably the female characters would generally be faster and maybe even a little physically weaker in their attacks. Maybe their projectiles would pack more power, though. That's why I would say Echo.
Yeah. I just raised a question. It's an interesting sort of philosophical question.
No, it definitely is. Yeah. Because either one could be a possibility.
Right.
But this is presuming that a Resident Evil character gets in at all.
Right.
Which is a big presumption at this point.
My original top choice for this, that was...
Right, you're doing your number 3, right?
Yeah, number 3.
Oh. I don't know which one's number 3. Okay, well, Ashley from WarioWare.
Okay.
She would be an Echo for Wario. And, like, I remember reading online someone said that, like, all of Wario's moves she could pull off with her magic.
Okay.
And I think she'd be an interesting character to have in there. I think she's also an assist trophy.
She is. Yeah, she had a hard deconfirm with the assist trophy.
There's still a chance, though.
You know,
there's a chance.
After the Spider's Pass, it's possible that some assist trophies may become actual characters. You never know. And, Jeff?
You know, I'm a true feminist, and Miss Pac-Man.
God damn you.
Oh.
Iconic, significant, and long-standing. I mean, need I say more? I mean, Miss Pac-Man.
Now, you say that, I have a question for you. Is there a reason Miss Pac-Man can't just be an alternate for Pac-Man?
No, she absolutely could. Yeah. I mean,
Actually, she can't, because... I mean, I would say personally she can't.
Right.
Because...
Well, I mean,
we already
could,
have
but it might be
alternates for Pac-Man,
yeah, it might
and
be
none of them are Miss Pac-Man.
Right, it might be a poor alternate. Right. Well, yeah.
I think Miss Pac-Man might be one of the female characters to be actually more powerful than the male counterpart.
I would say so.
Because I like Pac-Man and all, but, like, just the games gives me the sense that Miss Pac-Man can get more done than him.
Mm-hmm. She's definitely faster.
Yeah.
The only thing keeping Miss Pac-Man from being in this game, from what I would presume, is the status between Namco and General Computing Corporation.
I remember we did have this discussion a long time ago.
Yeah.
About legal issues regarding Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah. Namco technically doesn't exclusively own the rights to Miss Pac-Man. It's an American company called General Computing.
Yeah, like Miss Pac-Man has a ROM hack of Pac-Man.
Yeah, called Crazy Otto.
Yeah, and Namco bought the rights to it.
Mm-hmm. But it said in the contract that General Computing would still get royalties, but there was some clause in there where it specifically defined arcade machines or something, and like home releases they got no royalties from, and they sued Namco and they wound up settling out of court.
Yeah.
But Namco, for the last year or two, and that might have changed recently,
Yeah.
but as far as I understand, the last year or two, they haven't been paying royalties again.
Gotcha.
So it's like this weird situation. That's why you're not seeing Namco, especially with all this new retro stuff that's out, you're not seeing Namco push Ms. Pac-Man as much.
Yeah.
But I would love Ms. Pac-Man to be in this game.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like another one of those conspicuous absences.
Yeah. Exactly.
So my second pick would be Ninten from Earthbound. Well, and the reason why is because Earthbound needs more representation. There are two characters, playable characters, in right now. Ness from Earthbound for the SNES, which is technically a sequel to the NES version, Earthbound Origins. And then there's Lucas from Mother 3, which is the third entry in this trilogy, never released in America. And Ninten, another one of those conspicuous absence characters. He could actually probably combine a moveset based on Lucas and Ness.
Yeah.
Because Lucas and Ness aren't one-to-one either.
Yeah.
They're near clones, but they're not. They're dissimilar enough.
Yeah,
to
they do play differently.
Yeah. I feel like Ninten could be a weird mesh of those two.
Yeah.
Like maybe his physical moves are more powerful, but his slap powers are a little bit weaker.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And we know, thanks to Crom, and, Crom, that echoes can be echoes of a complete series as well. You can actually combine movesets from different characters and put them into one character, and that character is still considered an echo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I think Ninten would round out the Earthbound crew nicely.
So, my turn?
Yep.
I'm going to say Tom Nook is an echo for Isabel.
Oh, okay.
Because I think a lot of people like to punch Tom Nook.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Technically, he seems like an opportunist, and he kind of is, but, he's not too, forceful about trying to get his money back from you. He just occasionally asks you for it. It's not like he sends people to your house in the game to break your kneecaps if you don't pay up.
Yeah, that would probably push that rating up a little bit.
Yeah, no, he's just like, oh yeah, I made your house bigger, you owe me 100,000 bells. Get it to me when you can. No interest.
Yeah.
Because of this, he's the only guy in the game who's asking you for that much money, so.
And you're
he's kind of a villain.
You're kind of stuck dealing with him too.
Yeah.
Because no one else can provide those services.
I mean, you don't have to get a bigger house either, so.
No, it is kind of your own fault.
Yeah.
If you go into debt with Tom Nook.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about Tom Nook that I feel I just have to mention too is I think a lot of people expected Tom Nook in Smash 4 and wound up getting Isabel in Ultimate. It's like Isabel took Tom Nook's place as the representative or the mascot of the Animal Crossing series. So Tom Nook as an Echo would actually be a really good idea.
I have Proto Man. Yeah, the Meek Fighter costume is not enough. Proto Man should be an Echo. He's a significant, long-standing, iconic gaming character of a franchise that I love, which is the Mega Man franchise. So, yeah. I mean, I appreciate the Meek costume as, something. But I think he needs to be an Echo.
So this moveset would wind up being based on Mega Man's moveset then. Do you think that would be a fair representation of him, or would he be better represented as a near clone?
Yeah, and this also dovetails with my character who will be number one. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it might need to be sort of like a hybrid clone, like a hybrid clone or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mega Man, but something else. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how it would have to shake out.
Yeah, so who's your number one spot, Randy?
My number one spot, And this is mostly based on who I think is most likely is Octoling from Splatoon 2.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wait, most likely?
Well, I mean, most wanted, but also most likely.
Okay.
It sort of takes the top spot because I think it makes the most sense.
Okay.
Octoling is the most likely, and it's a character that I actually want to see.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying, I hope that maybe controls it more than most likely.
Yeah. Well, and the echoes, I mean, the echoes that I have on my list are sort of a mix of both.
Okay.
Practicality, but also wants.
Okay.
Octoling is most likely what we'll see. Splatoon is one of the most successful newer Nintendo franchises. Inkling is one of the new characters in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Octoling presumably did not get in the game because Splatoon 2... But even though the Octolings did appear in Splatoon 1, Splatoon 2, where they actually play a bigger role and you can actually play as the Octolings, was still in development when Smash Bros. Ultimate was sort of in development as well. So the timing just didn't mesh.
Right.
It might be easier now that we have an extended DLC cycle for Sakurai to build an Octoling.
Right.
I can imagine it would play exactly like Inkling.
Right.
Just maybe I don't even know what would be different. It would probably just have different animations and different skins, and that's about it.
Right.
So.
My number one choice for this originally was based on a character that's not actually in the game, and I didn't put them on any other list, so I changed it to Roll from Mega Man.
Oh, okay.
And she would just be a clone of Mega Man, kind of like how she was when I powered up.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, maybe a little bit different, but... Yeah, originally, my choice was Ayla from the Mega Man X series, because, like, you can unlock her in Mega Man X8 as, like, an alternate for Mega Man X.
Oh, I forgot about that.
But Mega Man X isn't in the game, so he would have to be in the game to be an echo. Have an echo of him.
That's true. But even so, I mean, Ayla would be a really cool echo. I would love to have Mega Man X in the game.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But I'd settle for Roll.
Roll would be interesting.
Yeah.
This is a great segue into my pick, which is Zero.
That's not a great segue at all. It's a terrible segue.
Zero is somebody that it would be like a hybrid thing, where it'd be maybe Mega Man and the Mii Sword Fighter, right?
Yeah.
Zero's got to be not more than an assist trophy. Zero should be an echo. Zero is one of the co-faces of the Mega Man X franchise. Very popular, iconic character.
Okay. So my understanding of echoes, at least what we've seen so far, is that echoes are based on characters in their own series. Now that said, I mean, this would be technically.
You know where I would argue with.
Technically, there's a Mii.
Dr. Wily's last creation.
Yeah.
Is Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And technically, there is a Mii Sword Fighter costume of Zero.
Yeah.
So mixing the two would be interesting.
Yeah. Yep. I thought about it a lot, but I think it could work enough.
Yeah.
You could even have a Mega Man Zero as an alternate.
Yeah.
For the Mega Man Zero games.
No.
Well,
That's certainly your opinion.
The collection's coming to all the next-gen consoles pretty soon.
Well, that collection can, go to hell.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna play it.
All right.
I'm gonna enjoy them.
Well.
All right. So I guess we'll go over the honorable mentions then of 5 and 4.
Absolutely.
5 for me would have been Impa from Legend of Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
I figure she could have been a Sheik clone.
Okay.
And then 4 would have been Metal Sonic from Sonic the Hedgehog. He could have been an echo of Joker. No, joking. It's Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people want Shadow. I say fuck you. Metal Sonic was there first.
Good.
And he fits better than Shadow would as an echo. So.
Okay, my honorable mentions were Ninten and Miss Pac-Man.
Okay.
So,
Nice. Mine were number 5, Roll. Okay. And number 4, Vampire Wario.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, I'll be interested to...
It's from the Wario Land series, from Dr. Mario 64. Vampire Wario.
He wasn't that great.
No, he is great. That's where you're wrong.
I mean, like, he was not even like a full...
We're not supposed to be discussing this, by the way.
He's not a full character. He's just a power-up.
Vampire Wario
It's a temporary power-up.
is number 4.
Okay? All you can do is turn into a bat.
All right, so expectations for Smash characters.
No discussion was supposed to be had about it.
Yeah, so...
I'm right, and you're supposed to shut up.
You never even played the Wario Land games.
All right. So, now moving on to... correct me if I'm wrong. The third list, as I originally mentioned, was what we expect Sakura to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is divorced from what we want somewhat.
Okay. Now I feel like at this point, like the reason we've done 5 people for each thing, we're only mentioning 3 is in the case our other picks are co-opted beforehand. If we don't have 3 people, do we just come up with a new one on the spot?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
fine. Alright, so I'll start, I guess. Number 3 for me is Geno from Super Mario RPG. I think there is actually a lot of evidence that Geno, maybe not a lot of evidence, but there's some circumstantial evidence that Geno may be on his way. At the very least as a Mii costume, like Sans from Undertale, if not a completely new character. And that evidence is rumors that people are hearing Geno's name, and
Whispered in the night.
they are.
If he doesn't come in as a separate character, does he really come into the game and for the meaning of our list?
I mean, possibly
Isn't he
not.
already a Mii costume?
Is what?
Isn't he already a Mii costume?
He was in the last game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my thought is if he comes in as a Mii costume, then it would be with a helmet that covers his whole head now as well.
Like Sans?
Yeah, like Sans. For my purposes on this list, I'm saying he's going to be a full character.
Okay.
What we know is that Nintendo put a copyright strike on 2 songs from Super Mario RPG, which was Beware of the Forest Mushrooms, which is it's basically Geno's theme song. That's where you first meet him. And the second one is a boss battle theme. I think it's a battle with a strong foe or something. I don't recall the name of it, but the last time Nintendo did that, we got Sans with Megalovania. And they copyright struck some other music as well that wound up being in Smash Brothers with characters. Plus, it's 2 song tracks, and if Square Enix's history has taught us anything with Smash Brothers, anytime there's a new Square Enix character, we're just getting 2 songs from that game. Cloud only had 2 Final Fantasy VII songs. Dragon Quest, Hero, and each of their alts had 2 songs each. So here are 2 Super Mario RPG songs. It's a game made by Square Enix that have been copyright struck by Nintendo. So it seems like Geno is probably going to be in the game at some point.
Right.
Plus, he's a really popular pick, and a lot of people seem to want him for whatever reason. So.
Okay, I'll take your Geno and raise you a Black Mage.
Okay.
From the original Final Fantasy game. I know that like it's been a job in like character class and all the other Final Fantasy games, except for maybe 2, but yeah, the original Black Mage, a guy in the blue robe and the giant straw hat with the 2 eyes and inky darkness. You can even have like a Vivi from Final Fantasy 8 or 9?
9.
9. As like the Black Mage, I just like that whole aesthetic. And I think that like that is also an iconic Square Enix thing.
Yeah, I mean, definitely if Sakurai wants to add a Final Fantasy rep that's not just from a given game, but reps the entire series, Black Mage probably would be his best bet. Definitely Black Mage is most iconic.
My number 3 is Rayman, Ubisoft's mascot. I have it here, 44 games across multiple platforms.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like a lot of those were just ports of different games, but it's still a lot of games on different platforms.
Created in, 1995?
Yeah.
So, iconic, for Ubisoft.
Yeah.
And he's really wanted.
Yeah.
By a lot of people.
Unfortunately, I think if Ubisoft goes to any kind of Rayman thing, they have one of those rabbits in there.
That would be a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rayman seems to be a popular pick. A lot of people seem to really want Rayman. A lot of people seem to have expected Rayman since Smash 4.
That's why I have him as number 3.
Yeah. The only thing holding Rayman back, potentially, is he doesn't have any limbs. And so if Nintendo wants to make an amiibo, that's going to be kind of tricky.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they can find a way.
It's not,
They can use that clear plastic they were using with the other ones.
Yeah, that's true.
do you honestly think an amiibo would stop them? You know what I mean?
No. I mean, if the characters want it enough, they'll throw anyone in.
Yeah.
My number 2 pick is a Fire Emblem Three Houses rep. Does it really matter who?
I would go with the gatekeeper.
Okay.
The guy who just stands there and says, "Nothing to report, Professor." People really like him.
Yeah. Is he a guy?
He's not playable.
Well, he will be now. And he'll use probably a move set. He'll have like Dancing Blade, like Marth and Roy and Crom and Lucina and...
All those buttons. No, he uses a spear for one thing.
Okay.
And all he does is stand there.
He'll probably use the sword now.
And there's nothing to report, Professor.
He'll probably say nothing to report, Professor, but he'll use the sword.
No, that's this old moveset. You press a button and it says nothing to report.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. like your description of him where he just stands there and says nothing to report. For some reason, Nintendo loves Fire Emblem more than I think most fans do.
Well, Japan really loves Fire Emblem.
It's like become a meme online,
Yeah.
The Fire Emblem expectation.
Yeah, and that's really why it's on this list.
Yeah.
I think, like Death, Fire Emblem as a character, like any new Fire Emblem character, is inevitable.
Death and taxes.
Death, taxes, and Fire Emblem representation. Crom isn't enough, because Crom's an Echo.
Yeah.
We need a character from Fire Emblem in this game who's not an Echo, but still plays exactly like every other fucking Fire Emblem character. Yeah. So there you go.
Well, Robin and Corrin are a little bit different.
They are. That's true. They're at least not sword users. Well, Corrin kind of is, but he or she changes into a dragon.
And they have like a range attack too.
Yeah. I don't like Corrin at all, but at least they're different. And some people have mentioned like Edelgard from Fire Emblem Three Houses might be a good pick because she is different as well. I think she carries an axe. She's one of the axe wielders. I think they'll probably go with a sword character though, because they tend to do that. Because fuck us apparently.
Swords are cool.
Swords are cool. He's the blue-haired anime sword guy. We don't have any of those in Smash. Except for all 7 of the others. Fire Emblem's cool.
Yeah.
You're up.
I'm going to go with Spyro the Dragon. He's having a mild resurgence, thanks to his re-release of his remastered games. I know he's fallen by the wayside in recent years, relegated to a side note in his own series, the Skylanders series.
Yeah, that's bizarre to me.
Yeah. But hopefully he's coming back. And he is a classic mascot character, so...
That's true.
Alright, that's it.
My number 2 is Jin Kazama from Tekken. Bandai Namco character. Iconic, the main protagonist of the Tekken series. You gotta say more?
So sort of
Yes.
like Tekken's Ryu.
Yeah.
Say more.
I know that Sakurai at one point mentioned that he wanted to add Heihachi from the series, but he couldn't figure out how to incorporate Tekken's like move set system into Smash Brothers. But I always found that to be weird because, like you said, Jin Kazama is the like face of Tekken, even more so than Heihachi, or Heihachi, I guess is how you really pronounce it. Who cares? Yeah. I'm not Japanese.
You did take Japanese.
I took it for a year.
Yeah.
And I pronounce it Heihachi, so that should show you. That should show you how much I actually...
We'd have to look at the hiragana to see how it should be pronounced.
Yeah.
Or
what Mike said.
Yeah.
But it always struck me as weird because like Heihachi is the villain, the primary antagonist. It would be like putting M. Bison in the game as the Street Fighter rep.
I mean, listen, we have villains in Smash. I mean,
we do, but they're not the first character.
Right.
I mean, Ryu was put in and not M. Bison.
Yeah.
Or Akuma.
Yeah.
Akuma easily could have been put in instead of Ryu, but he wasn't. So, like, Smash really feels like it's more about protagonists than antagonists, even though there are some villains in.
Yeah, I thought about Heihachi, but you're right. I mean, that kind of thinking got me thinking that he would, if Heihachi were to get it, they would probably start with Jin Kazama.
And Jin has like a double form, right?
Yeah.
So that would be sort of a cool, like, I'm sure that would be a meter type system.
Yeah.
Which, if Joker and Dragon Quest Hero are any indicator, Sakurai really loves his meters in his new characters.
Yeah.
Different play styles. So my number one expectation is Doom Guy or Doom Slayer from Doom. The reason why is because we know Bethesda had a conversation with Nintendo regarding Smash Brothers specifically. We don't know what the contents of that conversation was. We know that a whole shitload of Doom games are coming to Switch. The original Doom, Doom 2, Doom Eternal, Doom 64 is specifically coming to Switch.
Chex Quex.
So we know for a fact that they were talking about Smash, though, at this meeting.
We know that Bethesda has spoken with Nintendo about Smash Brothers specifically. And
but it could be for something as minimal as a Spirit, even. I mean,
it could be.
Right.
It could be. One thing I also know is that first-person shooters are not represented at all in Smash Brothers, and Doom Guy would present an interesting moveset opportunity that I don't think Sakurai would be able to pass up. Mm. That said, he could potentially push the rating up a bit to at least teen or possibly mature.
Yeah, he's showing a weird antipathy for non-energy based guns.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing. That's one of the only things I think is keeping Doom Guy out.
Well, Doom Guy does have a lot of like force and like laser based weapons.
Yeah, he'd probably have to use those primarily.
Yeah. He also has this thing where, like, you could potentially have like an ammo based system where he runs out of ammo for his guns, and then you have to melee another fighter to build up that ammo again. Or something. It could sort of be like a reload system like Inkling, or something like that. It's a different moveset potential that Sakurai might be attracted to. But it could be someone as banal as like the Dragonborn, right. Or the Dovahkiin.
And if they do choose one of those, I do hope they have a glitch-based moveset.
That would be annoying.
Like, you punch a character and they just fly into space.
Yeah.
I've had that happen so many times in those games.
Skyrim, baby.
Yeah, and Fallout 3 and New Vegas.
Yeah. Alright, that's my guy.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Crash Bandicoot. Because he is another iconic mascot character. And while, like a few years ago, I would have been dead set against Mr. Bandicoot, at this point I've come around to wanting him in the game. I mean, Sonic and Pac-Man and Mega Man and Mario are in there, so why not Mr. Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah, it does feel like the mascot end of things is missing Crash. And what a slap in the face to Sony if they put Crash in Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers really would be the PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And Crash is on Nintendo systems now, so
That's true.
it wouldn't be... Like, Sony gave up on Crash, so several Nintendos swoop in and cradle him to their bosom.
Yep. Oh, and actually, Jeff, before you go, I do want to mention one more thing about Doom Guy. He fits this retro thing as well. I mean, Doom is not the first-person shooter, but probably the most famous, and the game that started the first-person shooter trend.
Mm.
So it's been around since the very early 90s. id Software created it. Who in high school, whoever was a teenager in the 90s, you know, who didn't play Doom mods
Right.
on their
I
school
did.
computers? I did.
It was never my thing. The first-person shooters have never been my thing.
Okay. That's fair.
They've always been my thing.
I prefer Unreal Tournament, personally, because it's just nuts, but, you know, Doom is fine, too. So I just wanted to add that it fits that. But I'm sorry, please go ahead.
My number one, familiar name we've heard already tonight, Ryu Hayabusa. Tecmo character.
So you think he has a chance?
Wait, so we were allowed to double down like that?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
First of all, we've already over... I mean, this is a character... I mean, he had mentioned Ryu in a different list, but...
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, we've repeated characters before, so...
Well, only we didn't, like, mention... Like, we doubled down, but we didn't double down, like, in our explanations.
What do you mean double down?
Like, we didn't talk about the same character twice.
Oh, well, not yet.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they made the top 3, though. Right?
I thought that's why we chose 5 people. Or is that only, like, for the same segment of list?
I think that's for the same segment.
Oh, okay.
list.
And you're fine then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Ryu in this particular list, but yeah. I would say Ryu, whether someone said it or not, yeah, I mean, that's my number one, I do think. It's a Tecmo character, I mean, there's... People expect a Tecmo character, right, to be in this.
Yeah.
And iconic, one of the most iconic ninja characters in gaming.
Hmm.
I mean, that's my number one.
Like
There's been rumors about him, too. I mean, you talked about those rumors.
Yeah. He has shown up in a lot of rumors that unfortunately turned out to be incorrect.
Well...
But, I mean, that his name still comes up.
Yeah.
There's still a chance.
And I mentioned in the Leon Kennedy part where I talked about how survival horror is underrepresented except for Fatal Frame, which appears as an assist trophy. Fatal Frame is co-produced with Nintendo by Koei Tecmo.
Yeah.
So Tecmo is already involved in this game in some way, shape, or form. It seems weird that they have an assist trophy yet not an actual character when they are on really good terms with Nintendo. Koei Tecmo has actually been given permission several times to use different Nintendo properties in their own versions of games. Metroid Other M was done by Team Ninja, specifically. The Tecmo team that works on Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden. Tecmo has worked on and introduced Hyrule Warriors, Pokemon Conquest, Fire Emblem Warriors, so they're on really good terms with Nintendo. It seems like Ryu's a no-brainer, but who really knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad he made the top of someone's list.
Yeah.
It wasn't mine. So the other 2 characters I have on my list, number 5 is Professor Layton, from the Professor Layton series.
That'd be a weird moveset.
It would be. I actually kind of put him in the same space as Phoenix Wright. But his series is really popular in Japan. Again, it represents a different genre, sort of like the puzzle, strategy, like mind teaser genre of game. And fourth would be Agumon from Digimon. Bandai Namco. Namco is not just Namco anymore, it's Bandai Namco. And Digimon, for the longest time, has been a competitor to Pokemon.
They're the champions.
So their theme song says. Digimon has the pedigree as well, Tamagotchi. All of that will be explained in the blog.
Not really.
I'll explain it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll talk about it.
Alright.
And your...
My last two were Ryu Hayabusa, or Basu, wherever, and then Jill Valentine or Leon Kennedy.
Okay.
I have for my number 5, Gino. And then I have for my number 4, Ezio Auditore da Firenze from Assassin's Creed.
You can even have him be like a Echo Fighter type guy with the other incarnations of the assassin as the other slots.
Yeah. Yeah, he could be another multiple character.
Yeah.
So,
Connor Hawk.
Assassin's Creed is
Guy from
maybe
the first game.
Assassin's Creed's maybe Ubisoft's new mascot, but it's. I feel like
It'd be hard to pass up, huh?
Yeah.
People still want Rayman more, though, I think. Honestly, I honestly think people want Rayman more.
I mean, there's a lot of Assassin's Creed fans out there, though.
There are. I'm not sure all of them play Smash Brothers, though.
No, I think there's a definite
wouldn't Smash like them to play Smash Brothers?
I'm sure that's true.
I don't think Smash cares.
I don't know what Sakurai cares about, honestly. I like how none of these so far... Like, none of our lists have had Steve from Minecraft. Because I just want to mention...
Well, that's going to be on Mike's Most Wanted list, right?
Oh, yeah.
No. Maybe like my most wanted to die on a fire list.
No.
That's our next segment. That's our fifth list.
No.
If you guys had that one ready. Characters we don't want in Smash Brothers at all.
Yeah. That list is going to be pretty long for me.
We can only talk about 3.
If you want to do that impromptu, I could do that right now. I already have 3.
Well, we'll do that after our last part.
Okay. Alright. So, the last list is...
This is where things are going to get really crazy.
Yeah, fourth party characters.
Yeah.
Now, like I said at the beginning, Sakurai has already said there's not going to be Iron Man, there's not going to be Goku, nothing crazy like that. But what if, for a moment, Sakurai completely lost, took leave of his senses. He completely lost it. And he was like, you know what, I'm going to put some fourth party characters in.
Yeah, what if he was had mercury poison? He was wearing hats and had mercury lining in them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What if?
We just took some mercury.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if he decided to play a game of football for the first time in his life and sustained a massive concussion?
Yeah.
As a result, and said, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I don't know why I ever said no to that.
Yeah.
And so that's what this list is.
Yeah.
And so my picks, all of them, actually do have a link to video games in some way, shape, or form.
Even though we don't need to do that.
No, that was that was one of the rules. You don't need to do that.
I did that too.
Okay. Number 3 for me is Popeye. Because without Popeye, we would have no Donkey Kong. Without Donkey Kong, we would have no Mario. Without Mario, we would have no Nintendo as we know it. And without Nintendo as we know it, we would have no Smash Brothers.
His final Smash would be his theme song, during which all the characters just die away.
I like the idea that we may have talked about. I may have mentioned this on an earlier podcast at some point. I like the idea that about 9 hours of Popeye mumbling to himself would be recorded. And he would do that constantly during his fights. Even during the victory screen. It would just be him mumbling to himself. Incoherently.
No, every so often you had to recognize something.
Yeah, that would be really distracting.
Blow me down.
It would be really annoying and it would get in your head. But it would all be different. It would be 9 hours of this. And... I liked Jeff's idea originally of what his intro trailer would be in like a splash screen. It would be, I guess like Mario is fighting Bowser or something, and suddenly Popeye shows up out of nowhere and punches Bowser and says, "Well, blow me!" And then you see the screen pop up and it stops in mid-sentence. So he says just, "Well, blow me." And then it says, "Popeye opens a can." And then that splash screen stops, and it's him landing the punch, and he says, "Down." And, like, that's part of his moveset. Spinach, and he punches people, and he's incoherent, and Sakurai's really happy that he's one of the most irritating characters. He's automatically banned by South Australia. He was banned before anyone even knew who he was.
Yeah.
Before anyone even knew who the character was. South Australia has probably banned every DLC character prematurely from this point forward.
Yeah.
Just to be safe.
Yeah.
But Popeye definitely would be banned.
Would Robin Williams be an alternate costume?
No. Why would Mork be an alternate costume?
Because he played Popeye in the movie.
The animated movie that never got made?
No, the live-action Popeye.
You do remember live-action Popeye, don't you?
With Shelley Duvall?
Yeah.
Of course I do.
Yeah, Robin Williams was Popeye in that.
Mork? From Mork and Mindy? No, I knew that. I was just joking. Go ahead.
Right,
No, he wouldn't be.
My number 3 choice, the Noid.
Oh, I like the Noid.
He was a mascot for Domino's Pizza until someone named with the last name Noid held up a Domino's and held everyone at gunpoint and said that Domino's was messing with him. But the Noid was also in many video games.
I really like this pick.
I'm going to stop you right there. Is that a true story?
Yes.
Someone with the last name of Noid held up a Domino's at gunpoint.
Yeah, because I thought that Domino's was like sending them messages through the Noid or something.
Was he annoyed with Domino's?
Yeah, he was going to shoot them, Jeff.
Come on, that was pretty good.
Please continue.
That was amateurish.
It was, but that's what I.
Yeah, but he's been in a lot of video games, including a fan-made one from a few years ago, which was actually pretty good. And there's an article about it on the Fictosphere. You can go read about it right now to learn more about the Noid. Alright, onward to you, Jeff.
My number 3 is Dr. Doom.
Oh, okay.
An iconic American comic book and quote-unquote pop culture character.
He has been in several video games.
And he has been in plenty of video games, and I'm a comic book fanboy, so, once you see my number 2 pick, you might understand why I picked him as number 3, so.
Okay.
No,
He's a Marvel character, let me just say that.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Duality.
My number 2 pick is not as interesting. Or maybe it is. It's Hulk Hogan. Because nothing says 80s wrestling like Hulk Hogan. And nothing says 80s wrestling video games like Hulk Hogan. Nothing says wrestling games like Hulk Hogan. Like, even wrestling fans now who basically only know John Cena know Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
When you think of wrestling, you do think of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
That's the first person that comes to mind.
Yeah. He's truly like a household name.
Yeah.
In one of the truest senses of that word.
Yeah. And so if they were going to represent wrestling video games, which they already kind of do with Incineroar, but if they wanted to do it again with a fourth party character, and Hulk Hogan is already really famous in Japan too. There were several manga released starring Hulk Hogan where he liked to show off his wiener.
Wow.
That seemed to be a running thing in
Do you know what
Japanese manga.
Do you know what Hogan's finishing move in Japan was?
Flying wiener?
It was not the flying wiener. No.
Was it sexual harassment panda?
No.
Because he did a lot of sexually harassing in these manga as well.
And probably in real life.
Was it Roid Rage? Because he had a lot of that in these manga too. I don't know then.
There's a running forearm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot less interesting than the ones Randy said.
Yeah. I'm gonna call it the Flying Wiener.
Yeah.
Because he liked to show off his weenie in these manga. And actually, here's another connection. He does make a quick appearance in the Super Mario Land manga I mentioned in the last episode.
We've mentioned that several times.
We have. So the one where you find out that Mario has a baby dick. You find out that Hogan is there. Yeah. And I think the name of the manga that he was in was like, it was really stupid. It was like, hey, it's Hogan. Yeah. And that was like the name of it. And not only did he show his wiener, but his wiener was like a third arm in and of itself. And it had a hand on it that would point, like number 1.
You certainly read some interesting things.
I've never read a single one of these.
Okay.
But I watch a lot of YouTube videos. And, damn it, I don't remember the name of the guy on YouTube.
Watch a lot of YouTube videos of Hogan's wiener?
Only when it appears in manga.
Okay.
So, let me specify that.
Alright.
Before, I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea, like this is anything weird.
Right.
I want to be very specific. Only where Hulk Hogan's wiener appears in manga. That's the only time I'm interested in Hulk Hogan's wiener.
You know, and you have only a purely phallic interest in it, right?
No.
No, okay. No.
It's purely platonic.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's a friendly. It's like holding up its hand and saying I'm number 1.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready to move forward at this point?
No. So that's why I think Hulk Hogan has a good chance of any fourth party character.
You don't have to,
second on my list.
You don't have to consider likelihood, of course.
No. But it's also a character that I would want. Not his wiener form, of course.
Right.
But like as a wrestling rep.
Right.
Because wrestling games were kind of a big part of video game history. I mean, it's a multi-million-dollar franchise now. Yeah. With, what is it, 2K produces the WWE games. There's a new one every fucking year.
Yeah.
So you can thank Hulk Hogan for the WWF/WWE even being a thing.
Yeah.
And so there you go. Now I'm ready to move on.
My second choice is Godzilla. With the I had the word in my head. He has to be normal size Godzilla, not like scaled down. At least 154 feet tall.
And I presume that you'd want Shin Godzilla and not any other Godzilla, right?
No, what? No, it could be all the Godzillas.
But
Like Dragon Quest.
When you want the Shin one where his like mouth extends and it does all those weird things.
I feel his moveset would be too different from the other Godzillas.
Okay.
What if they sort of did with Godzilla, like what NetherRealm Studios, because apparently it's a new company, did with Freddy Krueger in Mortal Kombat 9, where he had the look of Jackie Earl Haley, but his moveset and voice made reference to the Robert Englund version. So it's like he looks like Shin Godzilla, but he moves.
Well, what's the point of making him look like Shin Godzilla?
Because that would be really dumb.
Yeah. Just give him the skins of the other Godzillas and call it a day. Yeah. But he has to be giant. He has to dwarf all the other fighters. Like, he should be tall enough that he just kind of goes off the screen.
Well, you know, Sakurai would probably go with Cookie Monster Godzilla from, like, the first movie. The 54 film.
Yeah.
Because Sakurai does like to go to, like, classic versions of the character.
Well, doesn't mean saying you have skins. You can have a classic Showa Godzilla. You can have the 2 Heishi versions.
Would one of his taunts be the dance?
Yes, of course.
Nice.
His up B move could be that one where he flies.
Okay.
From Godzilla vs. Hedorah.
So he, like... Okay. You mean the one where he, like, sits on his tail?
Yes.
And flies forward?
No. When he, like, uses his atomic breath as a jet propel.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, the kicking one, that was Godzilla vs. Gigan, I think.
I think you're right. Okay.
No, versus Megalon.
I think they reused it for Gigan, too.
Maybe. Well, Gigan was first.
Okay. They reused it for Megalon then.
Maybe.
It doesn't matter.
I thought Jet Jaguar helped him do it.
Would Jet Jaguar be an assist trophy?
Yeah.
Okay. I like this character. He's already banned by South Australia.
I think he'd be banned by everyone because, like, he would be nigh unplayable.
I like how Ridley was too big, but Sakurai might be like, Godzilla's perfect size for this game.
Like, it'd be like Godzilla vs. Bambi short, where, like, the foot just comes down and smashes everybody.
That would be awesome.
But, like, you could move him around. You could, like, stomp across the stage. But none of the stages can actually keep him on there.
That would be actually kind of a challenge, though, because you could fall off really easily. It wouldn't matter.
Yeah, no one could hurt you.
He'd like fall off a curb, and you could finally see his head.
Like, you find out there's actually ground
Yeah.
far below.
But he's just so big.
And, like, he layers around and just, like, blasts everybody.
It's not even his final smash.
No. He doesn't even need a final smash.
No, his final smash is
He has a final smash.
all the versions of Godzilla.
Oh, yeah, like Mega Man.
Yeah. Including Shin Godzilla.
Yeah.
And the American Godzilla.
Yeah. Both of them.
Yeah. I like this idea. And you, Jeff?
My number 2 is goes pretty well with my number 3 pick. He's another iconic American comic book and pop culture character, and that is the Batman. And
Robert Pattinson?
No, not Robert Pattinson.
Why?
The Batman.
What do you have against Robert Pattinson?
I've never seen him in any movies.
He might be a good Batman. We don't know that yet.
Ben
He's
Affleck
probably
was-
not going to be a good Batman.
Ben Affleck was a good Batman, right?
He was an alright Batman.
He was okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's not the best Batman.
Arthur Fleck was a bad Batman. So, it's just...
Benjamin Arthur Fleck.
But,
Joker and Robin are already in the game. So.
Yeah, might as well have Batman.
Yeah. I'm actually serious about that. Joker and Robin, not the Batman Joker and Robin, but...
What if they have a third character named Batman, but he's not, you know...
Oh, what if he's the character from Ninja Baseball Batman?
Or he's that guy from Ninja Gaiden. No. Was it Ninja Gaiden? No, it was a different ninja game.
Yeah.
Shinobi.
Oh,
Yeah, where like Batman's in the game, but it's not really Batman.
I like how we're giving Jeff his explanation for him. Please explain why you think Batman should be in this game, Jeff.
Batman's been in plenty of video games. And the Arkham series, the Arkham Asylum series, I think really, brought him back into video game prominence, which he had been, he had not had for a long time. So, and I wouldn't totally be opposed, I guess, if they were to use Arkham City Batman, for Smash. But I mean, I would probably go with a more generic, a Batman that is more like a comic book model.
Well,
for Batman.
if they had the Batman Arkham City one, then he had skins for like a bunch of the other.
Yeah, and of course, I mean,
franchises.
a lot of this would probably be cured by different. He had different alternate costumes
Yeah.
that represent some of his bigger gaming representations over the years.
I would actually like a Neil Adams-ish Batman. Because I feel like when I think of Batman, that's the first Batman I think of.
Yeah.
The sort of blue cowl,
Yeah.
yellow symbol, 70s Batman.
The 70s style guy Batman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, who would you have voice Batman?
Absolutely, Kevin Conroy. First of all, Kevin Conroy actually did the voice in the video games, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, but besides that,
What if they heard me instead?
I think he's widely considered to be the most iconic and best voice of Batman.
Do you think I'd make a good Batman voice?
You would make an absolutely horrible Batman voice.
I think I'd be. I think
and you actually shouldn't be allowed anywhere near a microphone.
I think I would be a good Batman voice.
No.
I think I could do a good Batman.
No.
I think I could.
No one agrees with you.
Randy does.
No.
Randy agrees with me.
I didn't agree. You're presuming that I do. All right, my last pick. My number 1 pick.
Is me as Batman.
No, it's Iron Mike Kid Dynamite Tyson. Mike Tyson. Because Mike Tyson is the guy from Punch-Out. He's also the guy who bit Evander Holyfield's ear. And was up on rape charges. But we don't like to talk about that.
It'd be funny if they used the Mike Tyson Mysteries version.
And that'd be fine. It could be modern Mike Tyson. Like, thinking about Sakurai and what he would do, again, he would probably go with the classic Mike Tyson. When they brought Punch-Out to the NES, they wanted the biggest name in boxing at the time, and that's why they went with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was famously the final boss in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out for the NES. After he was up on rape charges, Nintendo was like, oh no, we have to do something about this.
Well, I think his contract also ran up.
Probably, and they just opted not to renew it because of the rape charges.
Yeah.
And so they replaced him with Mr. Dream, which a lot of people assume is based on Rocky, from the Rocky movie series, but that's actually not true. It is based on a Rocky Marciano.
Yeah, the great Rocky Marciano.
Yeah. So, I mean, Mr. Dream isn't as douchebaggy as people may think. He actually is based on a real character, a real person. But still, you know, I mean, one of the things that people lamented about the Wii remake of Punch-Out was, it's a great game, it's a great Punch-Out game, where's Mike Tyson? We want Mike Tyson back. So, Mike Tyson could have an easy moveset. He could basically be Little Mac, just bigger and more powerful.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's really easy to impersonate. So if you can't get Mike Tyson to do the voice clips...
I think he'd probably do the voice clips.
I think he would, too.
I mean, I think he does... I don't know if he does his voice on Mike Tyson Mysteries, but...
I won the game!
Like, he at least does, like, a little thing at the end.
Yeah. I think he does do his voice on Mike Tyson Mysteries. I bathed pigeon. Like, his biggest... Mike Tyson's biggest unwinnable fight has been against the letter S. His whole life.
Mm-hmm.
He's still fighting that thing.
Yeah.
But I think Mike Tyson should be in. You know, his contribution to Punch-Out especially warrants that. So that's why he's my number one. Like,
Jeff, I'm Batman. Jeff, I'm Batman.
Batman, what's your number one choice?
Batman.
Is it really Batman?
No, my number one choice is Darkwing Duck.
Oh, okay.
I'd be happy with any of Disney Duck, including, but not limited to, Uncle Scrooge, Donald, and even Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck's a Marvel.
Well, Disney owns Marvel.
Oh, damn, that's right. Alright, never mind.
So, yeah, but Darkwing Duck, he could be based on Mega Man's moveset. Because, I mean, the game is based on the Mega Man 4 engine anyway, so...
That's true. That would be weird.
Yeah.
If he was like a Mega Man Echo.
Yeah.
Especially Metal Blade.
Well, they could figure out a way to make it work. That could be like the Aerogas.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Mine is the first U.S. president to be involved in licensed video games, and that is Donald J. Trump. He is an iconic American figure, tycoon, and leader, and he was the star of Activision's 2002 single-player game called Donald Trump's Real Estate Tycoon, which was a computer game, a mobile phone game, and also a handheld N-Gage QD game.
I would like the opportunity to beat him. Punch him in the face.
The goal of the game was to beat him as a real estate.
I mean, in Smash Brothers. I mean, just like punch him.
Actually, Sims are an underrepresented group in this game, too.
That's true.
Like, you have Dr. Wright from SimCity
Yeah.
as an assist trophy, but...
Well, most Sims don't have, like, a main guy. A main character.
Until now. Donald Trump. Yeah, you know what? Actually, Donald Trump... It's interesting you mention that, because I think Donald Trump, oddly enough, ironically, would sell a lot of DLC.
Yeah.
You would have people buying him. Liberals would want to beat the hell out of him.
Yeah.
Conservatives would want to beat the hell out of liberal players with him. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Realistic gore in Smash Brothers, please.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't hate America nearly as much, but okay.
I not America, just say him.
And
Aren't I right though? He is the first president involved in licensed gaming.
yeah,
Well, I think Ronald
Licensed
Reagan
video
probably
game.
had...
Licensed video gaming? No. That's
Ronald
not
Reagan
true.
wasn't bad dudes.
yeah, he was President Ronnie.
Okay.
But
That doesn't really count. That's not licensed. He didn't license that.
no, that's true. It wasn't his game.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton
Oh.
had Socks the Cat.
Well, Bill Clinton was a bonus character, like a secret character in NBA Jam.
That too.
But yeah, no, I know what Jeff's saying. This is a specific Donald Trump
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
So Donald Trump is that guy.
About the Socks the Cat game.
No. I'm glad that we got political like Retronauts for a minute, because that's not annoying as shit.
Yeah.
It's just fault.
By the way, your original text messages to me are why I reminded me that I can make this pick.
Yeah. You know, it's true. You can.
And I did.
Trump is valid.
Yeah. Maybe the most fourth party of all the fourth party characters.
That's true. That's true. I'm enjoying my tax cuts.
Yeah.
I don't know about anyone else.
Yeah.
In fact, my tax cuts are actually helping fund the Fictosphere.
That's right.
So let's keep hating Trump
Mm-hmm.
for giving us opportunity to fund the Fictosphere. Because without Trump, no one would be funding anything.
Yeah.
But please, let's keep hating him.
Yeah.
All right, now that we went there, let's see. What did I have as my top? Well, my bottom two. All right, so for number 5, I had Mickey Mouse. Odd pick, but
He's been in games.
he has.
He is an iconic Disney character.
He is, yeah. I mean, really, you could switch Mickey Mouse with Donald or Goofy.
Yeah.
Um,
Donald made the best bet because of his popularity overseas.
That's true. And plus he's in Kingdom Hearts more
Yeah.
than Mickey is. But if we're looking purely at mascots and Nintendo history specifically, I'm thinking of Mickey Mousecapades from, I think it was 86, 85, 86. Which was an early, I want to say it was an early Sunsoft game.
I think Capcom published it.
Yes.
But Sunsoft may have developed it.
Yeah, I think that was the case.
Yeah, that was the first game I ever rented for my Nintendo.
I actually bought that game, and I have never been more disappointed by anything in my life.
It's a very difficult game.
It's maddening.
I haven't gone back to it. Like, I went back to it once.
I have... Yeah, I would rather play Contra with one life and try to speedrun that than play this game again. But it's there. It was made. So, that's a thing. And then my number 4 is Pierce Brosnan and James Bond. Because...
And GoldenEye.
Yeah. And Pierce Brosnan and James Bond was probably the first specific James Bond to have been featured in a lot of video games. Whether it was Nightfire, or Tomorrow Never Dies, or 007 Racing, or, like Mike said, GoldenEye.
Yeah.
GoldenEye being the most significant. And James Bond, Pierce Brosnan James Bond was... It was thought that he might be in, what was it, the N64 version?
Yeah.
Like, he was planned for that, like, very early
Like,
on.
some of his proximity mine was in that game.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they changed the design of it.
Yeah. So, I mean, James Bond, Pierce Brosnan, James Bond, there you go. That's my 4th pick.
My 5th pick would have been Bubsy, the Bobcat from his games. Which I know isn't as 4th party as maybe we would have liked, but I feel he's still valid for this.
Well, he wasn't a cartoon.
Yeah. And Spider-Man.
Okay. And why Spider-Man? Oh wait, we're not doing the why.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I've been doing it wrong.
We can do it now. It doesn't matter at this point. He's been in a lot of Nintendo games.
That's true.
And that's basically it. And he's arguably Marvel's mascot character.
Yeah.
And he has been in fighting games, so I mean there's a precedent for that.
My number 5 is Todd McFarlane's Spawn. Listen, I love comics. I wanted to pick a character that's not DC or Marvel, sort of quote-unquote independent comic book character. And that would be Spawn. I think his final smashes would be pretty cool, like the Violator and things like that.
He was in Soul Calibur and some Mortal Kombat games.
There we go, yeah.
Yeah, he's actually in Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
As DLC.
And so he's, this character that is another sort of fits the theme of I want some darker characters to be represented more in Smash. And so he would fit with that. And then I have number 4, Hulk Hogan, of course.
Okay.
We had talked about Hogan previously, and yeah, I'm very much persuaded that Hogan, even more than James Bond, I think belongs in Smash.
More than Mike Tyson?
Even more than Mike Tyson.
More than Mickey? Or Donald? Or
he's like tied with Mickey, I think. I mean,
okay.
Hogan has been in more games than Mike Tyson. And Hogan is just, he's very important to wrestling gaming history.
How long have you been going?
Looks like an hour and a half.
That's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
Alright, so do you want to do a lightning round of a character or two you definitely don't want to see in Smash?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright.
Well,
we'll keep it to 3 characters.
Okay.
Like, you can do less than 3, but we shouldn't do more than 3. And we'll just do them one after the other. You just say all 3 are yours, and we'll...
Okay. I definitely don't want to see Sora from Kingdom Hearts. That's going to be a controversial pick, but I don't feel like Sora, quote-unquote, deserves a spot. He's too new, and I don't know, I'm just annoyed by the whole Disney Square hybrid thing. Like, I'd rather see a Disney character than a non-Disney Disney character, if that makes any sense. Steve from Minecraft, he's basically just a fucking avatar. Like, I'm not gonna lose it if he's in, but I also don't really want to see him in. Like, I'm sort of, I don't know. I just don't think he deserves a spot either. Yes, I recognize that Minecraft is one of the most bought games in history now. It's one of the highest grossing video game series. But Steve as a character is just someone that you change into someone else. It's a default thing. A character like Alex in Minecraft, however, which is the female character, I think would be much more deserving of a spot if you're going to pick a Minecraft character. I don't know. That's just me. And then third or first, whatever. Oh god, who else has talked about a lot? Pass. Mike?
Well, my top anti-choice is Steve from Minecraft for largely the reasons that Randy stated. He's just a cipher. He's not even a character. Let's see. I had something else for this, but I can't remember what it is. Alright, we'll pass to Jeff. If I can think of the other one, we'll come back.
This is pretty lightning round for me, but I don't want to see another Fire Emblem character. I don't want to see another Pokemon character, so that's 1 and 2. And then, I don't want Sora from Kingdom Hearts either.
Yeah, I don't want a Fire Emblem or Pokemon character necessarily either, unless I feel more strongly about Fire Emblem than I do Pokemon, though.
Yeah, I think there's enough Fire Emblem.
Yeah. They're about as many... Oh, this is actually a controversial one. I don't want to see Waluigi. Waluigi's already in the game.
I beg to differ.
He's already in the game. He's an assist trophy. He's basically Wario's +1. I mean, a lot of people want him, and I don't know why. I don't.
I know why.
Why?
Because he's Wario, or he's Waluigi. He's like Wario, but he's not in the game.
That's basically...
I don't want to see any of the Baby Mario characters in the game. Baby
know.
Mario, Baby Luigi, Baby Donkey Kong, any of them. Babies don't drive cars, and babies don't fight.
That's true.
No babies.
I don't want to see Dixie Kong. We already have Diddy. Why do we need Dixie? Oh, it feels like the whole Kong family isn't complete without Dixie.
What
Really?
about Cranky? I'd rather have Cranky than Dixie.
Yeah, we don't have Cranky. We don't have Funky.
Lanky, Chunky, Baby, Kitty,
Yeah.
Tiny.
Where the hell's Donkey
Candy.
Kong Jr.? By the way, where the fuck is that guy?
It might be Donkey Kong.
Is it though? The canonicity of Donkey Kong Jr. being Donkey Kong is really questionable.
Like in the Donkey Kong Country series, I think it's pretty kind of dry, but in most other aspects, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. I don't want to see any Dragon Quest characters.
I don't want to see Gino. I'd rather have Mallow.
I would rather have Mallow too.
I like Mallow.
His cream is delicious.
He's the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Sonic.
He's already in the game.
I don't want to see fucking Yoshi.
He's in the game too.
I don't want to see Peach.
You don't want to see Toadette?
I don't want to see Toadette. Toadette's the worst. I hate Toadette.
I don't want to see Toadette before we get Toad. I know that much.
Okay, what if they have Toad?
I remember one
and,
person
Toadette's
suggested.
skin?
One person
Well, that's
suggested
fine.
that it would be Toad and Toadette, but they would be like ice climbers.
That's stupid.
Yeah, that's not... I don't even know how that would work.
Yeah.
It's more likely what Mike just said, that Toadette would be an alternate skin for Toad. Like, I'd be fine with
Like,
that.
I don't like Toadette in general. I don't like her as a concept.
Where the fuck is Birdo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want Birdo.
Yeah, where's the Birdo cream?
I want some Birdo cream. That's a great place to end this.
Alright.
Oh, and one of Hogan's taunts would actually be him dropping his trunks, and his wiener is just a long arm with a hand on it that says
So,
number one.
there's 2 smashes rating up to M.
You certainly put a lot of thought into Hogan. I'll give you that.
I just came up with that right now.
And then Hogan's
Well,
here.
what other taunt would he have? Jeff?
What about this? You know, with the.
Isn't it?
I can't see that. This is a podcast.
You can see it. They can't.
You have to describe it.
You
Or,
know.
if you don't describe it, we're going to describe it for you.
All right, we'll go describe it for me. Give me your
Jeff is
best shot.
touching himself inappropriately.
No,
He's like rubbing
that's
himself.
Yeah.
not
and
it.
smiling.
That's
It's
not it.
disgusting.
It's
No.
really
We're
off-putting.
scared.
No.
It's really off-putting. Like, I don't know how that's a taunt for Hogan.
That's
But-
a talk for Jeff.
Yeah. Like that's
Disgusting old man, Jeff.
No, it's that thing where Hogan like circles his hand around his ear and then holds his hand up to his ear
Yes.
like he's trying to hear the cheers. Well, he can have up to 3 taunts. All right? I'm not saying by having the wiener arm taunt, that doesn't mean he can't have the other ear taunt. All right?
Like, we have talked.
He could have 2 taunts.
We have talked like way too much about Hogan's.
Yeah,
wiener.
but aren't you afraid that if they were to include the taunt that you would want, that's
The wiener arm taunt.
Yeah,
You-
that would be very much
can say it.
catering to you and your perverted fetishes about Hogan's wiener.
Well, isn't that what this whole list thing is?
You know?
It's in Japan.
Listen, I know that these lists are dick measuring contests, but I mean,
Not really.
you know.
How are they that?
He's made it that.
No, you're You're the one who's suggesting that they're that.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
Maybe
Right.
Ken Griffey should be in the game. Because Ken Griffey was like in a baseball game once. Or what about Walter Payton from Tecmo Bowl?
And Bo Jackson would be better.
Oh, that's true. He could. Oh, he could rep 2 different sports.
He could.
Because he played both.
How about Pele?
Who?
He's a famous soccer player.
Okay.
He could be in the game.
Remember he got handed the bag of money in the Simpsons episode about soccer?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, what about The Simpsons?
Oh, yeah, that's possible, too.
I mean, they've been in games.
The Simpsons, the X-Men.
How about Jay Sherman, actually? Let's have Jay Sherman in the game.
Wait, was Jay Sherman in a game?
No.
Oh, well, it's his time.
Yeah.
It's the critic's time. Maybe he could have Hogan's taunt.
What about Billy Jack?
Yeah, Billy Jack could be in the game. Or how about Yu-Gi-Oh?
I would rather have Kaiba. Or Pegasus.
Oh, yeah,
Pegasus.
Pegasus.
Maximilian
Yeah.
Pegasus.
I wouldn't mind the girl. I don't remember her name.
Sakura?
Maybe.
That's actually the name of the girl from, like, one of the girls from Street Fighter. She kind of reminds me of that.
It's a very common female Japanese name, I think.
It is.
Like in the Japanese thing I'm learning on, it's like that's like the default female Japanese name it uses.
Pretty soon you'll be able to read "Hey, it's Hogan" in the original Japanese.
Boy, oh boy.
No, seriously, there was like this YouTube guy who talked about a bunch of Japanese things. Like, he lives in Japan, and he talks about a bunch of obscure Nintendo-related Japanese things. Like, he went through the whole Doki Doki Panic festival, the festival that created that game, that ultimately became Super Mario Bros. 2 in America. What was it? It's like Panasonic Imaginarium thing. I don't even fucking know.
Yeah, I don't
Something
know.
like that. But, yeah, and so that's how I found out, unfortunately, about both Hey, It's Hogan and the Super Mario Land.
Hey, it's Hogan sounds like the Japanese equivalent of, like, Big Man on Campus genre that we had in America.
Legion of Doom was in Hey, It's Hogan as well.
Wow.
They were guest stars.
Like Black Manta and the Riddler, or?
No, like Animal and Hawk.
Yeah.
In fact, one of them opened up Hogan's head, took out his brain, and shoved a pile of shit in there instead. Because that's something that happened in that.
So you had shit for brains?
Yes. Thanks to Animal and Hawk.
Okay, well, I think that's a good place to finish up. I think we all had, well, when you read this, when you listen to this, then the full list of our choices will be on the site.
Along with our explanations of them, just for additional reading and additional clarity.
And next time we will be talking about comic book events. So, yeah, come listen to that. And I'm Magnificent Podgore.
I'm Randall Malis, keeping this podcast rated G.
I am Jeff Nificent, and I'll try not to have shit for brains.
You're not Jeff Nificent, you're just Jeffrey.
It's Jeff Nificent.
No, you can't steal my thing.
We did it earlier.
I know, and now I'm putting my foot down.
Okay. I'm...
Jeff Tacular.
Yeah.
That's fine, you can do that.
I'm Jeff Tacular. Who's also magnificent.
No.
No?
No.
I just keep things G-rated.
Alright, well, have a good day, everybody, or good night, or whenever you're listening to this. And come visit us on the Fictosphere.
www.fictosphere.com. It's spelled like it sounds. Fictosphere.com.
Alright, well, have a good night, everybody. Again.